everybody, it's Dizzy. So I just got something in from Ulta that was so exciting that I'd actually just filmed an eyeshadow look. I had eyeshadow on and I just went in the bathroom and removed my eyeshadow so I could try this and review this with you guys and do a first impression. So from Ulta, I got a few things. The first thing was I ordered this NYX Butter Lipstick in Pops. And that's fun. And I'm just going to look at it really quick and then I'll get to the main event. My first time ordering from Ulta. I was very, very, very excited to do so. But let's see, what does Pops look like? Ooh, this is probably like my dream color. Yeah, I'll wear the heck out of that. Okay, so there's that. That's exciting. And then the thing that I ordered came with the Too Faced Reality Star Favorites 2-pack, which has Too Faced Shadow Insurance, Better Than Sex Mascara, and Too Faced Perfect Eyes Waterproof Liner. But the thing that I'm really reviewing for you guys today, the thing that made me go to the Ulta website in the first place, is the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. So my plan is I own the Too Faced Natural Eyes Palette. It's one of my favorites. So my idea is I'm going to swatch for you guys both palettes. I'll compare them, I'll contrast them, and then I'll do a quick look with the new palette on my eyes to see how it works. So let's get this open. And this is first impression because I literally just opened the box. So first and foremost, this is the packaging. It's really cute. It looks a lot like the Natural Eyes palette. They're the same size. You get the same amount of product, but the Natural Matte says matte on it, and it also has darker, browner packaging. Opening this up, you get your little guide that they always give you, and behind the guide is a little mirror. So there's the little mirror. And then these are the shades, which I think just look beautiful. So I am going to show you now the Too Faced Matte Palette. Those are the shades in that. So the idea is that these are the same shades, matte and shimmer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go row by row and do each one and swatch them. So the first color on the day line is Heaven. Heaven's just a little powdery. That's the Heaven in the matte palette. I mean, you can't even see that. It's my same color as my skin. And there's Heaven in the original palette. So they're pretty much the same. Although I think the new palette's just a little more powdery. The next one is Cashmere Bunny, which is a matte from the original Natural Eyes palette. So that's the original Cashmere Bunny. That's the new Cashmere Bunny. And actually, I feel like the new Cashmere Bunny is slightly lighter. Then Sexpresso from the original palette. And Sexpresso from the new palette. So that row is pretty much identical. Now we're getting to the exciting part. So from the original palette, the Natural Eyes palette, we've got Silk Teddy. We're doing this row and this row. So in the Natural Matte palette, this one is called Lace Teddy. So there's Silk Teddy. And there's the Lace Teddy. Very light, almost my skin tone. Then the next one is Push Up in the original palette, which is this pretty kind of bronzy color. And then Strapless in the new palette. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that one. Okay. Then last on that row is Erotica from the original palette, which is this brown with some gold glitter, but it's very subtle. And then Risque, which is kind of a taupey brown. And that I really like. Can you see that? It's just a really pretty taupey brown color. And then last row, we've got this one. And this one, which is this bottom row. So starting with the original palette, we've got Nudie, which should be exactly the same. So that's Nudie from the original. That's Nudie from the new one. And I do feel like these are more powdery than the original. Like I feel like the original matte formulas in the Natural Eyes palette were just a little nicer. Honey Pot, which was this amazing gold color in the original palette, is also now Honey Butter, which is a really pretty flesh tone, kind of transition gold color, if you can see it. And then finally, Chocolate Martini in the original, which was this pretty crazy brown with gilded sparkle. And that has been Chocolate Cookie in the new one. Okay, that's my favorite color, I think, so far. So that's the Chocolate Cookie. So now I'm going to do a quick look with these just to show you guys how they apply. Like shadow all the way down my arm. Okay, so just to keep this simple, I'm gonna take a small fluffy brush and the color Heaven, which is this lightest color right here. It's got a little bit of a, kicks up a little bit of shadow dust, but Heaven always does. And I'm just gonna put that all over the eye, kind of like a base. Okay, then I'm going to take that same fluffy brush and I'm going to go into, I think, that Honey Butter color. Wow, this really kicks up a lot of fallout. I mean, watch, there's Honey Butter. You see? Really powdery. Then do that in my crease. Yeah, I don't think the original shadows are quite this powdery, so that's kind of a disappointment. I'm gonna go on a less diffused brush and get a little bit more of that Honey Butter color. Just to build that up a little bit more. Okay, next I'm gonna take a small flat brush and the color Chocolate Cookie, which is that one. And that's gonna go right in this corner. And I'm just patting that in and then blending it out. Okay, that color I love. Chocolate Cookie has the most impressive payoff so far. Yeah, that color's good. So Chocolate Cookie is working. And it's got a slightly nicer texture, I think. It's it's a bit less powdery than the other ones. So I love that, nice warm tone. I'm liking that so much, I'm gonna take a smaller brush and put a little bit of chocolate cookie under my eye too. Okay, now let's see, just for the sake of using a couple more colors, I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. defining eye brush. It's like a little slanted brush. And why don't we try strapless? So I'm gonna take a little bit of strapless. This one doesn't have as much fallout either. And I'm gonna run that in the deep socket here. I have deep set eyes, so a very strong socket line. And blend a little. Okay, and then what the heck, we'll go in with Risque. And get even more intensity in there. So I think these colors all work really well together, which is nice. Just a little more blending. And then I'm gonna take my finger and the heaven color. And apply it as a brow bone highlight and then blend that down. Okay, what haven't we used? We haven't used the absolute darkest color, which is the Sexpresso, which is the original color, and it's one that I use a lot. I'm just gonna take one of the original colors that I use a lot. Obviously I haven't used this one because I just got it. Let's see, where's my brush that I like for this sort of thing? I'm just gonna take a small kind of defining brush. I still have mascara left on from my earlier shadow. Yeah, just darkening up that corner. And there we go. So that's the look I was able to create with this palette just randomly on the fly. And you know, I like it. I feel like if you have the Natural Eyes palette and you like the shimmery colors, then it is a better quality palette actually. I feel like the shadows in that are a little bit nicer. They're less powdery, they're more smooth, they're more silky. But if you like the colors in that, but you're pretty much a matte person, because I almost never wear the shimmery colors in the other palette. I think they're beautiful, but for like my everyday life, I'm just gonna get more use out of that. So I think they're nice. I think I got a good look out of them. They just don't have that incredible texture that I've come to expect from the Too Faced mattes. So that's how I feel about it. Let me know in the comments if you've tried the matte palette or if you're thinking of getting it. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.